old telephones. Look at it, it reminds me of one of yours.
The Telephone Pioneer Museum, and there is the Telephone Pioneer tie. The message registers. I remember when I was the meter man. Let's see if we can focus in on that. There we go. And they would come and take photographs of these once a month and know how many local calls you made. Pacific Telephone and Telegraph Company van. And here's all kinds of pictures. And here's the generator tubes. Not firing, thank God. Panel.
Yeah, that's
Look,
cool.
Al, if you're watching this tape, this is just for you. Panel. Panel.
The old thing. Alright, yeah, you can't hear this.
This thing here, we've never found the information. It's a hearing tester. One side of the record says right ear and the other says left ear.
Oh my god. So that probably was some of the earlier equipment he did.
This thing here about 1920, this little girl stove here. That,
Oh my god, yeah, you were
and you couldn't have that today because it's got hot enough you could bake in it.
yeah, really do it.
I think it was something around 1920s.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
110 volt.
And you can tell here, that went back to the days when you didn't have wall outlets. You had to take the light bulb out of that one drop that hung in the middle of each room. Well, when I was a kid, that's all we had to do. Was one light bulb in each room. When you plugged the electric iron in, you had to take the light bulb out.
Old Singer, or I mean,
Oh, these are Western.
a Western.
That's our ham radio display here for chapter 30. We try to get mostly homemade equipment in here. There is a little bit of commercial, but a few heat kits.
Also, some people built these things.
Yeah. Well, like that one there's from 1920, what was it? 1934, that Rinke's
Oh my
first transmitter. I think you're in an area where all you have is one station. To get your Yeah, we got one of their cartoons, that one that I think was one of the best ones they ever came out with. The Empire Strikes Back. From the Federal Space Ranger. Before that, it would have a sender and a guy receiving.
Yeah,
This way you could have two people working on one wire. So you doubled your car. Look at this Western Union office in Chicago, 1901. 880 kilometers.
So this takes electron response and then types it out? Or?
Just like a computer, except a lot slower.
Well, actually what I did, I typed this up on a word processor and a computer, and I have a software program that will send teletype things. Well, I copied the audio out of my modem, Then I brought it down here and set it into a photograph here to drive on the footage up here. Re-recorded the audio with Bell System Prism, which is channel 7. So it's an FSK. Now, oh, yeah, there's 5 pins. The old stuff over there, you have to be able to read the whole paper. Like one on the top is a D, one on the bottom is a T, second.
Gee, I wonder if it was Union. Phone, introduced in about 1962, and they're trying to fix them. There's the inside of a picture phone. And there's the schematic drawings for a picture phone. I'll pretend like I'm a spy here. And trying to get the stupid things to work. Photograph keys.
They have that intangible position where they show it. Oh, that's a little. That's kind of coax. We have microwave. What about my Queen L coming out to the main office? Or the L carrier and the television operator.
There's a picture phone all put together.
I'll go on this equipment.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to make a call here now. All right, now go on this equipment. What? The phone is ringing. I better answer it. Hello, me. Thank you. Okay.
Having another English ham over here, they're down here in Bradford. Kids on the phone here, 4 5 pounds. Telephone, they feel nice and easy. I never thought of it.
6. And here comes 8. There we go. And the phone is ringing.
Hello.
Hello. There's some Pacific
There's
telephone.
Christmas in 45.
Yeah.
There's 44. And then
God,
here,
that's unbelievable.
this is Visitor Telephone Magazine. 23.
Yeah, wow.
And here's 22. So you can
Boy,
see it
these go
evolve.
fast. Yeah. I can see this by the sound. Look at that. Yeah, that's back there.
Yeah, this is 22.
Yeah.
One of the few ones, it looks like most of them didn't have color on them.
Yeah, that they were.
I have
yeah,
not
that
been
one's
through
the
all
first
these.
color.
These have all been inventory, but they have, and they really shouldn't be out. But where are you going to put them?
Yeah, that's the problem. You can look at.
The only place I've ever seen yours was that vacuum.
Yeah.
And that's what you see on Linden, Nebraska.
And they're not going to let us have it.
No, they no way, they wouldn't even talk.
I'm going to look at it.
Look at it.
See, because it may be.
Anything like that, we're certainly sold it.
It was so, the woodwork on it is so beautiful. And so,
We were very pleased. And of course, we had scads and pictures, all the work for it. It used to be every year you took the crew out. I was a project manager for a Galaxy Rockwell ISS 2000, which is a digital switch. It was our first digital.
Bruce?
Zoom in there, here.
Okay, wait a minute.
You're holding it sideways.
Yeah, where's the zoom?
Yeah.
I did turn it on.
Zoom is where you're.
Oh, now it's been recording all that time.
Oh my.
Well, you can edit.
Okay.
Here, I'll
Here we
just,
go.
I'll do the old-fashioned walk-in. There he is.
Sure. Hi. Think this phone's big enough?
It might be.
Ah. There we go. Don't go sideways.
Oh.
This is a video camera. Don't go sideways. You'll make us dizzy.
Yeah, I will.
Thank you very much. Okay,
That
stop.
was special for America
Okay, stop.
home videos.
You may stop.
Okay, let me see
Press the
where.
button again.
Then they got a hold of this 85 system right over here. And that 85 system, you can have as high as 20 down the hole while you're putting them all through the same talk. Where you can have people all over the United States talking on the same
That's
line.
Lyman, and it was actually taken in
Using that 85 system.
a photographer's studio and on the original.
Yeah, you see the background.
That it was a very hot fellow was installed. But he did have a own.
Yeah, Tesla.
This is a block board. And let's repeat this is one. Oh, our signs are off this too. Okay. Now this was a many-handed operation.
That is,
Because
I could see, God, this is.
now I gotta bring 22. 15, 17, 18, 19. Now, I'm gonna bring 22.
ANA, automatic number announcement.
Automatic number identification.
Well, no.
This is for you as used for information. The board, color is actually supposed to be this color.
Okay.
But the guys like the blue better, so they turned the green side
It's a
up.
blue, yeah.
But this would have been
green.
very hard on your eyes.
Oh, yeah, and you can't have that.
You can't have that. This happens to be a rate and route guide. However, the books that we used for information in those days were this size. There would have been one for every operator, depending on the size of the.
Yeah.
There would not have been one rate and route guide, however, for everybody. You'll usually passed it along.
Colored telephone.
And so the call would come in, sound.
What a great phone.
Everybody else would come inside to
Oh,
receive it
man,
from the
yeah.
floor,
Oh, I
and the
cried.
pallet broke. And the time photographer was just snapping all the way down, and I mean, we're just all.
Cellular.
All it did,
Ancient.
it left a little, no, it
Cellular.
actually hit run.
Oh, it did?
Wow,
Oh, yeah.
When I saw it, the
These
scratches
are
with that.
built.
Yes, but it hit on the ground, even though it.
This, believe it or not, is a
somewhat upright.
cordless phone.
It
See the
wasn't
antenna?
holding it off the ground.
That's a
Oh, my
cordless
They
phone.
had this door down in
Yeah.
the building and left a little red paint, but you can't tell where.
No, you can't.
It's got many coats of red paint.
Wow, yeah, you can see this has been weathered.
Yeah.
Queen
This is
Elizabeth
also a
II.
cordless phone.
And I was told by
See
the
the
guy
antenna?
from Britain
Yeah.
that when the monarch
Down here.
changes,
Yeah.
and there's a request obviously, is
Went full bore with
Yeah.
the credit card, and I knew the individual that got that project going. And he was skating on thin ice because success or failure meant his future employment.
Wow.
But one of the problems, of course, that even Seafirst had, although they were certainly the first in this area, was they started charging customers to use it. Well, you don't.
Test board.
Historic registry.
Hello, Lyle.
This was when our test desk was 511.
Good to see it.
Yeah. Right up there. They
Oh,
got a midspan transposition up there.
Lyle found one, and so when he put the wiring in, he put that up there.
that is cool.
And so we have a lot of fun things. The switchboard stuff and the phones that are connected to it run through the one crossbar upstairs.
Right.
No. Well,
And you've been in a Hewitt Museum.
no,
No.
we're headed to
We're
here.
heading, yeah.
That-
UConn's
Is
practicing,
she-
I think it was 14. We've got a picture of it, we're getting it duplicated.
Hey, we got Swede in here now. Good, thank you,
Yes.
dear. Oh, by the way, I've got a picture to put up there too.
Yeah, I heard you did, that's why I didn't line you up against the wall and shoot you. Anyway, Mr. Hewitt, after his age of 14 exposure,
Yeah.
when he grew up to be a big boy, he became a telephone company employee and became a general plant manager. And this was all in his basement. He printed up his phone book. There's stories about all these people whose names you see on the wall. And this is a working PBX. And phones in this room are a different pitch, the ringing.
Oh, music box.
There's a reason for that.
Okay. Yes.
That last one is a wooden bell. That's his last home run.
Oh my God.
This guy right here.
Oh, whoa.
And the wooden bell, remember, Mr. Alexander Bell,
Yeah.
he became interested in telephones because of teaching the dad and
Right.
family tradition of dealing with hearing
Oh,
impaired.
okay.
So that tradition continued. At the time this phone was developed, houses, yes, you got it, houses were wood framed, furniture was mainly wood. When you rang the bell, oops, ring the right
Yeah.
one, it would vibrate. So if you were
Yes.
standing on the kitchen floor doing the dishes, or you were sitting
Yeah.
in the chair reading or whatever,
Okay,
you
so
could
neat.
feel that the phone was ringing. And you don't put the money in until your call connects or the
Oh.
operator tells you to, because there's no way to return it. This one is from 1900, okay? And it's just fine, but it has quarters, dimes, and nickels, okay? And the one over here is a nickel. It's your nickel talk. My dad used to say that all the time.
Yeah, nickel, yeah.
Actually, we've got some
Started with the
documentation that
nickel.
goes back to late 1800s,
Yeah.
and they talk a lot. They were describing both the plant and the toll as two separate
Okay.
entities, and they talk about how many stations are in a particular city, and there would be private business and
No, prepaid.
Okay.
1907, it's a nickel.
Yeah.
But it's a prepaid, which means it has a circuitry in it to return your coin if no one answers. And none of us knew, at least
Yeah.
Don probably knew, our
Yeah.
museum coordinator, but I certainly never knew, after 30 years of being around operator services, that prepay existed prior to the 40s.
That's shocking,
Yeah.
because I, remember in just the early 50s and stuff, using the ones where you had to pay.
This
for-
phone was a cordless telephone from the World's Fair. This was on top of the Space Needle. Our president at the time, we just
Yeah.
become a separate telephone company.
Right.
And he was very anxious to make a splash. And we have some of the press releases and the drawings and that kind of thing. And you could about at the end of what I know to talk about. I call this our first touch-a-phone. I don't know what the real name for it was. This is from 1919.
Yeah.
And it was so you could have privacy when you talk.
very sneaky.
For a noisy room,
Turn around.
or so that,
And they declare that illegal.
yes, you weren't supposed to have privacy when you talked.
No, this was the attachment to an FCC, well, what it was.
It is a hush-a-phone. No wonder I've always called it a
No,
hush-a-phone.
you're right, it is a hush-a-phone, but
It was patented in the U.S. and licensed in
19.
Great Britain, Japan, and other countries by Marca Registrar Heshaphone Corporation, New York, New York. And this is the American Bell. This is not AT&T. This is American Bell.
That's even
telephone
prior.
company.
yeah. Look at the.
This is an Ericsson phone out of a hotel in Sweden.
You won't find those.
We got it. It works also. It's not connected to anything
This would be
currently.
more like this.
It's kind of a rare treasure find. This is
Yeah, nails.
When they first came out with color, and then they did.
the first.
I picked up one of these.
Telegraph?
No,
No?
this is your receiver
It's here.
Oh,
with your liquid telephone and with the Gallows. The same one was used.
Uh-huh.
Now the Gallows predates the liquid phone, and the Gallows you could hear noise, but you couldn't make out individual voices. When Bell got to the liquid phone, then you could make out voices, and of course. The story goes that the reason he yelled at Mr. Watson was because the sulfuric acid in this little cup, which is what made the sound transmit, spilled on him. And he yelled for Mr. Watson.
Yes.
I believe that's just an urban legend, though. I don't think it's.
Well, there's various versions, but I think this one makes the best story. We became part of US West. They won the space for offices and stuff. And so Don and Ron moved it all out here
Wow.
and reinstalled it. I was still working at this time. And so around the outside, we have pictures of things happening from various villages. And then up above those pictures that Ron's supposed to have.
Buttons. buttons.
Are you guys telephone guys?
I work for Pacific Bell.
Oh, okay.
I'm a Comtech.
Oh, I shouldn't be talking to you.
You can, why shouldn't you
Oh, I
be?
thought maybe you were.
Well, that's okay. I can get you, see, now your voice is on here, on the tape. I'll get your picture, see, then you're forever. Right now, for sure, you're busted. Now, I have this plate here, and it was broken in the Northridge earthquake. That's where I live. But I liked it so much, I had my daughter glue it back together again.
We got this whole collection.
Telephone.
That's why you
Supplied to us, and really doesn't cost us.
You're sure of getting in on Tuesday, right? But they do have.
And we don't have to pay no rent, no anything like that, which we are very fortunate. There's a lot of these places that got museums that, they have to charge a fee to come in through them and what have you, because they have to pay a rent.
Maybe I'm mistaken.
That far.
You see this telephone?
What kind of stuff do they have at their museum?
Similar to this, only not near as much. It's all on one floor, what they have, and it's all crammed into one small area, which isn't real good.
Yeah. These are really beautiful boxes.
Yeah, considering, these all come out of Ted Jewett's basement,
Beautiful.
and when he passed away, why, it was in his will, and his will give all this to the telephone museum. And Ted, retired with 44 years service in the telephone.
That's good he did.
Had a story on Ted here. Ted was the employment supervisor when I started.
So you dealt with him personally.
Yeah. 75 through in the United States.